Gojo knows he's one of the strongest characters in the series, and he truly believes no one can match him. His confidence in his abilities is absolute, and his arrogance reflects this belief. Despite his considerable pride, Gojo recognizes the need to keep improving to maintain his high status. He's open to new opportunities for growth, and is unafraid of facing new challenges. His ambition is as great as his power level, aiming to transform the entire Jujutsu world and train new sorcerers to reach his level of strength. Moreover, Gojo's powers make him almost invincible, and can be used in many different ways. In this video, we'll explain all Gojo's forms from his weakest to his godlike abilities. Gojo was born into the prestigious Gojo family, which already gave him a leg up in terms of access to secret techniques and high-level training. However, what really makes him special is his possession of both the Limitless technique and the Six Eyes, a rare combination that occurs only once every few generations in his family. This innate talent provides him with a level of cursed energy and precision in using it that is unmatched by any other characters in the series. To fully appreciate Gojo's mastery, it's essential to understand what cursed energy is in the Jujutsu Kaisen universe. Cursed energy is generated from negative emotions, fear, pain, anger, and every human being produces it, albeit unconsciously. Jujutsu sorcerers, however, learn to control and use this energy deliberately to create and manipulate cursed techniques. Cursed energy is typically chaotic and hard to control, given its emotional origin. Sorcerers must learn to refine this energy, which involves converting it from its raw state into a more stable form known as cursed technique. This process is where Gojo's skills truly shine. Let's start with Neutral Limitless. It's the foundational aspect of Gojo Satoru's Limitless technique, showcased in the popular manga and anime series Jujutsu Kaisen. At its core, Neutral Limitless isn't just a standalone power, but rather the base upon which Gojo's more complex and devastating abilities are built. Limitless is an innate technique derived from Gojo's family, focusing on manipulating space at the atomic level. Neutral Limitless is the most basic application of this technique. It essentially allows Gojo to manipulate the space between himself and any object or attack, effectively altering the distance at a moment's notice. The primary utility of Neutral Limitless is defensive. By controlling the space, Gojo can create an invisible barrier around himself, often referred to as an infinity between him and the rest of the world. This barrier isn't a physical wall, but a distortion of space. Anything attempting to reach Gojo must traverse his infinite space, making it nearly impossible to touch him directly. Imagine throwing a ball straight at a target, but no matter how hard you throw, the ball never reaches the target, slowing down inexplicably as it approaches. This is similar to how attacks slow and stop as they near Gojo due to the infinite space created by Neutral Limitless. While Neutral Limitless is potent in its own right, it's just the starting point. Gojo's ability to manipulate space forms the groundwork of his more advanced techniques, such as Blue, Red, and the supremely powerful Purple. Each of these techniques uses the concept of infinity and space manipulation in different and more aggressive ways. Blue focuses on attracting everything towards a specific point, creating a gravitational collapse. Red uses the repulsion properties of reverse curse energy to create a blast wave that pushes everything away. Purple combines the effects of blue and red to unleash a destructive force that obliterates anything in its path by annihilating the space itself. Neutral Limitless, by providing basic understanding and control over space, is what enables Gojo to utilize these higher, more destructive techniques safely and effectively. Without mastering Neutral Limitless, the advanced applications would be out of reach, underscoring its importance not just as a defensive tool, but as the cornerstone of Gojo's overall combat strategy. Moving from the foundational Neutral Limitless, next up is the curse technique Lapse. Blue is a natural progression from Neutral Limitless. While Neutral Limitless is primarily defensive, Blue shifts toward aggression. It harnesses the same principles as space manipulation, but uses them to exert a gravitational pull on anything within its influence. Blue manipulates space to create what can be described as a point of attraction. This manipulation compacts space, creating a high-density area that acts like a gravitational well. Objects, cursed energy, and even opponents are irresistibly drawn toward this point. This effect is similar to how a black hole works, pulling everything toward its center with overwhelming force. The technical aspect involves Gojo reversing the cursed energy typically used in Neutral Limitless. Instead of expanding space to create distance, as seen with Neutral Limitless, Blue compresses space, drastically reducing the distance and pulling objects inward. This ability to reverse the flow of space and energy is a testament to Gojo's skill and his deep understanding of his curse technique. The practical applications in combat are straightforward, yet terrifyingly effective. By creating a vacuum, Gojo can disrupt enemy formations, draw opponents into traps, or even use the technique as a setup for more devastating attacks. The suction effect isn't just limited to physical objects. It can also attract and neutralize cursed energy attacks, making it a formidable tool against a wide range of adversaries. The depiction of Blue in both the Jujutsu Kaisen manga and anime highlights its strategic importance. It allows Gojo to control the flow of battle, manipulating both the battlefield and his opponents with precise, calculated moves. The visual representation in the anime, with its intense, focused blue energy, effectively captures the sudden and powerful nature of this technique. Next up is the curse technique reversal, Red. Red is essentially the direct opposite of Blue. If blue is about pulling everything toward a single point, red is about pushing everything away explosively. This technique uses the same fundamental principle of space manipulation, but in reverse, expanding space rapidly to create a forceful repulsion. To activate red, Gojo reverses his cursed energy, a complex process that involves inverting the properties of his technique. Instead of creating a gravitational pull, he generates a burst of repulsive energy that can blast away anything in its vicinity. This repulsion mimics the explosive expansion of space, pushing away enemies, objects, and even other cursed techniques with formidable force. The manga and anime depict red as a sudden, intense burst of energy that radiates outward, often colored in vivid red hues to distinguish it from the cool blue of its counterpart. This visual distinction not only highlights the opposite nature of the techniques, but also enhances the understanding of their effects in battle. Defensively, red can be used to create distance between Gojo and his opponents instantly, making it an effective countermeasure against close-range attackers, or when Gojo finds himself overwhelmed by multiple threats. It can also disrupt enemy attacks, clearing the area around him, and providing a crucial moment to regroup or strategize. Offensively, red offers a powerful tool to forcibly remove obstacles or enemies from the battlefield. It can be used to push opponents into disadvantageous positions, or even into traps set by allies. In team scenarios, red can clear a path for a combined attack or create openings for teammates to exploit. Coming next is the hollow purple, the fusion of extremes. It represents the pinnacle of Gojo Satoru's curse techniques. This technique is a sophisticated blend of the opposing forces of red and blue, creating a power that not only manipulates space, but outright annihilates it. It's a testament to Gojo's unmatched prowess and understanding of his own abilities. Hollow purple emerges from a strategic combination of the attractive force of blue and the repulsive power of red. By simultaneously activating these techniques, Gojo creates an area where space itself is obliterated, resulting in a technique with destructive potential that can erase whatever it touches from existence. The principle behind Hollow Purple is rooted in the complex interaction between contraction and expansion of space. When blue and red are used together, they generate a paradox, where space is both infinitely compressed and explosively expanded at the same point. This contradiction does not simply push or pull objects, but disintegrates them by disrupting the very space they occupy. The manga and anime visually depict this as a vibrant purple energy wave, striking in both its suddenness and its sheer eradication capacity. Hollow Purple is not frequently used in the series, largely because of its overwhelming power and the strain it potentially places on even someone as skilled as Gojo. Up next is the Six Eyes, Mastery over Energy. It's a special inherited trait unique to the Gojo family that significantly enhances the user's perception and control over cursed energy. This ability allows Gojo to see the flow and structure of cursed energy in extraordinary detail. With the Six Eyes, Gojo can minimize the waste of curse energy, making his technique more powerful and energy efficient. The precision of the Six Eyes is crucial for managing the complex applications of the Limitless technique. Limitless itself requires a deep understanding and manipulation of space at the atomic level, a task that demands not only power but also an extreme level of control and finesse. Here's how the Six Eyes enhances this process. First, the enhanced perception. Gojo can perceive minute changes in space and cursed energy, allowing him to adjust his techniques in real time with pinpoint accuracy. Then, the energy efficiency. The Six Eyes reduce the energy expenditure needed to activate and sustain high-level cursed techniques. This is especially important, given the immense power required to manipulate space, as Gojo does with his blue, red, and hollow purple techniques. And finally, the rarity and power. The Six Eyes are exceedingly rare, even within the already unique Gojo family. This rarity adds to the mystique and value of the ability, making Gojo one of the most powerful characters in the series. The power of the Six Eyes is such that they enable Gojo to perform feats that would be either impossible or lethally strenuous for other sorcerers. During fights, Gojo's ability to see and exploit the weaknesses in his opponent's cursed energy patterns allow him to dismantle their techniques with ease. The Six Eyes help Gojo maintain his abilities over prolonged periods, without significant strain, which is crucial during prolonged engagements like the Shibuya incident. Lastly, moving on to his godlike form, the Unlimited Void, the Domain of Emptiness. It's an advanced curse technique that allows a sorcerer to construct a pocket realm dominated by their curse energy. Within this realm, their abilities are significantly enhanced, and their techniques are nearly guaranteed to hit their target. The domain is a direct reflection of the sorcerer's power and control over cursed energy. Also known as the Infinite Void is Gojo's unique domain expansion. It manifests as a vast empty space that overwhelms anyone caught within by flooding their senses with limitless information. The effect is a complete sensory overload where opponents are bombarded with endless stimuli, making it impossible for them to think, move, or react. When activated, Ultimate Void creates an environment that is essentially a vacuum of space filled with infinite data. Opponents trapped inside experience every possible sensation and thought simultaneously. This overload locks them in a state of total sensory paralysis. They cannot perceive distances correctly, see movements, or even process their own thoughts effectively. And there you have it, folks. Throughout Jujutsu Kaisen, Gojo Satoru's journey from mastering basic defensive techniques to exerting near godlike control over the battlefield encapsulates not just a story of power, but of responsibility and the burden that comes with it. What do you guys think? Let us know down below. Are you curious for more Jujutsu Kaisen content? Well, that's the subject of this other video. Click on this video to see all of Sukuna's forms explained. Go ahead, click it!